What's going on, you lot? Hope you're all good. Welcome back to another video. As you may have noticed, I've been doing more vlogs and filming outside of the office recently, and I thought, what better way to talk about today's topic than to go out on a walk and do a mini vlog. So a lot of you will already be aware that the Sony a7 III is a fantastic camera, but it does have one major drawback when it comes to vlogging and recording yourself. The main one being, you can't actually see yourself while you're recording yourself. So why is this a problem then? Mainly it comes down to three things: checking your exposure is correct, checking to see if your composition is correct, and making sure that your subject is actually in focus. That's where this little guy comes in so clutch. Allows you to see yourself. It's a UU rig or Ulanzi mirror. That's all it is, just a mirror that reflects the LCD on the camera so you can see yourself. Mine's a little bit beat up as I dropped it and it took a bit of a hit, but it's all good, still works. There's loads of videos covering this in more depth on YouTube, so I'll just leave it as that. This is one of the main things that's allowed me to record myself. Okay, moving on to something else that's quite important on a day like today. I come out today because the weather was going to be cloudy all day, so I thought I'd get away with it. And you probably noticed throughout this video the sun's been beaming in and out. And to control that and to keep the 180-degree shutter rule, I use a variable ND filter. So with a combination of the Ulanzi mirror and the variable ND, I'm able to maintain my exposure. The one I've got is from Polar Pro. It's the Peter McKinnon edition, the Mist version 2. Absolutely love it. I've got it in 2 to 5 stops, and today I wish I got it in 6 to 9 stops as well, because I've had to crank up my aperture to about 6.3, 5.6 at times. Obviously, with any talking head and vlogging scenario, you do need a way to record audio. In my case, it's the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. It is on the more expensive side of the mics. It's always served me well inside and outside, and the added features that you do get on this mic and the sound quality do warrant the price tag. You're probably sat there thinking how I've got this far in the video without actually speaking about the lens I'm currently using on the camera. I think a lot of people get fixated on lenses and cameras and forget that majority of the time it's normally the little things that make the most difference. However, I am using the Tamron 17-28 f2.8 lens. The autofocus is quick, it's got internal zoom which is fantastic, it's very wide at the wide end, and you can just about manage to get those tight shots up at 28. I do wish it went to 35. Lens is also extremely sharp and extremely versatile. I use it obviously for all my vlogging and the stuff in the office. As well, I use it for some photos like car interiors and things like that. It is really good to get in there with a nice wide lens, and you can get pretty much all of the interior in one frame. To complete the outdoor vlogging setup, I use a Adobe GorillaPod 3K tripod to hold the camera. Sometimes I use the camera itself, I use the lens or the body, but when I'm filming stuff like this where I need a bit of b-roll of me walking about and whatever, obviously I need to put the camera on something so I can stand it up. I use the Adobe for that. Still not a huge fan, but it does get the job done. Alright then, some time has passed, we're back in the office, I've been in the gym, I know, right? Walk and the gym. Hot Girl Summer come at me 2021. The reason we've come back here is I want to give you some further recommendations on products that you can use to build your Sony a7 III vlogging / self-recording setup, because I know people's budgets and people's needs are different, and I don't want to come across as one of them reviewers that just completely overhypes a product and say this is exactly what you need, and if you don't buy this you can't get the job done, which I just don't believe in. I want to be trustworthy and open and more transparent, so I want to give you both sides of the coin so you can make the best choice for you. We'll kick things off with the lens. I think the Tamron does need to stay at the price point it is. I think it's unrivaled really. You can make a case for the 16-35 f4 Sony Zeiss, but you do lose out on a bit of low light and a bit of depth of field. And if that's not an issue to you, if you feel outside or on a well-lit environment, then that shouldn't really be an issue. And then at the top, the creme de la creme, you got the 16-35 G Master, which is twice as much, if not more, of all the lenses I've just mentioned, but you do get G Master glass. It is a creme de la creme for a reason. Sticking with lenses or things you can attach to your lens, the variable ND filter that I've got attached to my lens at the minute, the Peter McKinnon Polar Pro. Yes, it's very expensive, but it is really good. There's no vignette, there's no color cast, really. But yeah, it's really expensive. You can get it done cheaper. I used to have the freewheel version, in fact I've still got it, It's a freewheel 2 to 5 stop. Very good filter, highly recommend it. Moving on to mics then, again this is something that you pay for quality. The Rode VideoMic Pro Plus I'm currently using is quite expensive for a vlog self-filming setup, but I can use it perfectly fine in a studio environment like this and outside vlogging, so for me it is multi-purpose. I know DE are making waves in the videography world. They're coming out with some really good mics that are quite comparable to Rode products. I personally have never used them, so I can't say too much about them really. You'd have to check that out for yourself. There are cheaper ways to get it done inside the Rode world, the Rode Video Micro that you probably already know about. I personally just couldn't get on with it, and if you want something that's like mid-range pro level, I'd look at buying the Rode VideoMic Pro. Like, kind of get second hand, you can get for a really good price, but the only problem with that mic is the battery. You do have to turn it on and off when you're using it and when you're not using it, so that's something to remember. But you do get some of the functionalities that you do get in the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. And the piece that ties pretty much the whole setup together, the 12-pound bit of plastic from Ulanzi, is crazy to think about it really. Like, the whole setup, or the whole way I film, the 180-degree shutter rule, controlling my ISO, using a variable ND filter, wouldn't really be possible, or would be like ridiculously hard if I didn't have a way to see myself, and that comes from a 12-pound bit of plastic and mirror. You can go down the monitor route and attach like a small monitor on top of your camera, but you do lose functionalities at that point. You start losing face tracking in 4K, and you'll be spending more money, and your setup in general will be heavier. So lastly, GorillaPod that I use to hold and stand my camera up and stuff. GorillaPod's a GorillaPod. I'm not a huge fan, but obviously hundreds and hundreds of people use them. They do get the job done. Yeah, there's other options. The Manfrotto mini little tripod things. I can't actually what they're called, EXO or something like that. I can't remember the code. You can get like a little mini version, then you can get one that like extends like this big. And then you also got the Switch Pod. I'd say just get something that's comfortable for you and just fits your budget really. There's loads of ways you can go around tripods and stuff. And that covers the whole setup of my few recommendations for you. Hopefully I've shown you that you can comfortably vlog and record yourself with a Sony a7 III, and you don't have to do anything ridiculous or spend a lot of money really. And the only thing you really need out of everything is the 12-pound plastic mirror from Ulanzi. And just, if you don't take anything else away from this video, just buy that and you're completely golden. If you've liked this video or found it at least a little bit helpful, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, please let me know in the comments below. And if you're not already, please go ahead and support this channel by hitting that subscribe button. With all that being said and done, I'll see you lot in the next one. Peace.